Hi, and welcome to Just Another Monday with Connie. Today's topic is going to be number 7 weighted yarn. I want to wish everybody a happy Labor Day. And for those that will be watching the replay, I want to welcome y'all. And if you do watch the replay, please leave a comment, let us know, or well, really let me know. It's just me today. Also, feel free to answer any questions we ask on today's live, or if you have anything you want to mention to do with number 7 weighted yarn, you could put that information in your comment. But let's see, we have Brenda, Marshallee, Sarah, and Lisa here. How are all of y'all doing today? And what are y'all working on? And do y'all have any plans for today, with it being Labor Day? And I do want to warn everybody too, I am not feeling the greatest today. My sinuses are really acting all wonky. I've been coughing, sneezing more. So hopefully I can, hopefully it don't act up too much while I'm live today. But I really wanted to get today's live done. I didn't want to cancel or anything. But like I said, I haven't been feeling the best. It actually started last night. I went live with Heather at Heather's Country Crochet. And it was like all of a sudden it just hit me all at once. So I was a little worried. I'm like, okay, I hope I can continue, staying live. But yeah, it's like we keep getting rain every day, which has just been making my sinuses and allergies horrible. Let's see, we also have Valerie that joined us. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? And let's see, Sarah says tedious Russian joining yarn together for a big project. Ooh, nice. I've never done a Russian joining before. But yeah, we're going to be talking about number 7 weighted yarn. I like to give it about 15 minutes before we start really, talking about the topic. That way, I find the first about 10 minutes, people are still coming in, joining the chat. So I like to give people a chance to pop in before getting started. And this gives us some time to chit chat and get to know each other better and all that jazz. Let's see. Valerie says, working on a post-virus shawl by Bod. I recently finished making that one. I love making that one. I made that one of hers, the Love of My Life shawl, the Bird of the Night one. I was on a shawl kick. Now I've started on a fall kick. And that will be next week's topic. So I'm going to tell y'all now, if y'all ever made any fall makes, please send me y'all pictures for next week's live, and I'll include them in that live. And when I say fall, I'm not including Halloween yet, because I'm going to be getting into Halloween later on. So these are non-Halloween fall makes I'm looking for. And also, those that submit pictures, the third Wednesday, the Southern Crocheters are going to be doing their live showing viewers fall makes too. So if for some reason you don't want your pictures shared on that live, let me know when you submit your pictures, because that live this month will be on Barbara's channel with Crochet Therapy. I don't want to share someone's pictures somewhere without their permission. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing like people's fall makes and stuff. I've been enjoying. I actually started a gnome yesterday. So on tomorrow's Crochet Tuesday, you will see 2 finished fall makes. And one y'all know is a pumpkin. And then you'll see the progress of the gnome. Let's see, Lisa says, I haven't made anything larger than a hat with, I guess, 5 weighted yarn, but I have some blanket yarn that I need to use. Yeah, and one thing today, I do have a few questions that I'll be asking, after we talk about number 7 weighted yarn, to kind of get a feel for, um, y'all experience with the lives I've done to do with yarn weights. So be prepared to have some questions. Let's see, we have Charity here too. How are you today, and what are you working on? But yeah, because there's certain things I want some of y'all feedback, because these educational, informative lives, I want this to be, for y'all, and I want to make sure I'm talking about stuff y'all want to learn about, or things that y'all might want me to do in these lives. So let's see. Marshall says she's doing good. She started a Cardigan, and at 12, I'm going to join a make along with Michelle from Kansas. Ooh, awesome! And I'm not sure what exactly you're meaning. You're saying something about with Jennifer, and we're going to make socks. Oh, DK Jennifer. Okay. Ooh, and Charity's working on the this and that shawl. Who's the designer of the this and that shawl? All right. So before we get into the topic, I have some useless facts that I am, or really, like, not really useless per se, but interesting facts is a better word. That I think y'all will enjoy hearing some of these, and I learned some things from this. Did y'all know that there are 32 muscles in a cat's ear? Um, and like, cat's ears are kind of like a special thing for a cat. I mean, like, they hear sounds at different frequencies, like things we may not be able to hear, they'll hear. Because I know, like, my cat Allie, she seems to pick up, like, before it starts raining, she knows that rain's coming. And then they use it for balance too, and also their whiskers they use for balance. Also, I thought this was interesting. Borby, the doll, her full name is actually Barbara Millicent Roberts. Did any of y'all know that? I see we also have Gloria and Cindy with Life in Your Entangle that joined us. How are y'all doing? And what are y'all working on? Okay. Next thing is, did y'all know that bees sometimes sting other bees? I never knew that. I mean, of course they sting humans, but I didn't know they sting each other. And there's also a town in Nebraska. It's called Minoe. I'm probably not saying it right, but the population of that town is 1. And then tigers, you know how they have the stripes in their fur? Their skin is also striped. But I have noticed that, like, with my cats and stuff, and y'all that have cats, sometimes you can kind of see, under their fur that the skin is, a different color. Like, if they have like a yellow patch, their skin may have like a yellow tint. And this is another interesting thing. The King of Hearts is the only king in a deck of cards without a mustache. Have y'all ever noticed that, or knew that? Okay, I'm seeing Mindy joined us. Hi, Mindy. How are you today? And what are you working on? And did you know that your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand? I'm going to have to start paying attention to that one and see if I find that true. And this is something too I never knew. A dragonfly has a lifespan of only 24 hours. I never knew that. And this is some bad news for us left-handers like me. And actually, this is something I did know about because I did a research paper to do with left-handed and versus right-handed. Right-handed people on average live 9 years longer than left-handed people. And this is another fun fact that I'm about to mention. Alaska is the only state whose name is on one row on a keyboard. So I hope that that was entertaining to y'all. I know I learned some things with those the information I just shared. And let's see. Where did I leave off? Oh, okay, okay. Charity's the designer of the this and that shawl. Okay, okay. I did kind of wonder, but I wasn't positive. Let's see. Gloria's working on a couple of tam beret hats and scarf sets. Ooh, nice. Let me get some tea. I have some honey lemon ginseng tea that I'm drinking. Okay, Lisa's working on another whatchamacallit Afghan. Ooh. Mindy's working on a double crochet blanket. I learned how to keep my edges straight from Crochet Crowd. Awesome. And let's see. Marshally says she's working on a couple of projects, getting ready to start a sock make along. So excited for that. Ooh, nice. I love socks, especially knit socks. And we have Alice that joined us, and also Bailey. How are y'all, and what are y'all working on? But Bailey has to go. So thank you for showing your love and support, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Oh no, Cindy has a bad headache. I hope I hope it starts to feel better soon. Excuse me just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. I've been coughing a lot lately, so I may be periodically muting my mic. And hopefully, I can mute my mic before a cough comes out. Like I said at the start, I haven't been feeling the greatest. My sinuses and allergies are really wonky. So let's see. Mindy's also doing mini pumpkins by Jada and Stitches. Awesome. Yes. Um, like I mentioned a little while ago, next week will be fall makes. So, you know, anything anything fall that you've made, that's not Halloween. We're not ready for Halloween yet. Yet's the key word. Um, yeah, send y'all pictures, and it don't matter how long ago you made it. We just want to share everything fall next week. And we also have Miguel that joined us. Hello, Miguel. How are you? And what are you working on? And what are you having for lunch? Okay, let's see. Cindy's working on a tiny flower and also a latch hook. Drinking my usual water. I did a little bit of latch hook. Latch hook is fun. Okay. Oh, and Brenda's here. How are you today, Brenda? And Zola too. How are y'all, and what are y'all working on? Okay, Brenda's saying she's working on her cardigans. Yeah, Brenda makes some beautiful cardigans. Brenda's saying that there's a virus going around upper respiratory infection. It would not shock me. I tend to get like upper respiratory stuff a lot, so it would not surprise me. And she's saying it's the same as allergies. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I have to go to the doctor soon, but I'm kind of seeing, if it if I start feeling better on my own, or if I really need to go see the doctor. Um, let's see. Jamie's here. How are you today, Jamie? And what are you working on? Okay, so we're gonna start getting into the topic now. Like I said, today is number 7 weighted yarn. And I am curious, have any of y'all used number 7 weighted yarn? It doesn't seem to be a real popular weight of yarn. Um, talking to a lot of y'all, I've heard a lot of people say they've never used it. Some didn't even know that it existed. And I am one that is actually guilty of that myself. Until I started researching yarn stuff for lives, I didn't know. I thought 6 was the highest, but it's actually, there is a set number 7. And actually, this weight of yarn was added in 2014, which is probably part of the reason some people don't know it exists. Let's see. And look at how thick. Let me turn my green screen off so y'all can see the yarn better. It has some green in it. Okay. Here it is. But you see how thick that is? That's some thick yarn. And this yarn here is the Lion brand Off the Hook. It's one of those loopy yarns. But I did hear something about you can actually like somehow undo the loops where it's not, with all the loops. But yeah, this is some thick yarn. Okay. And let's see. Miguel says he's never used number 7. Let me get my green screen back. There. Y'all know I love my green screen. And Brenda's saying nothing for it, just has to let it do its course. Can give you something for the cough. Yeah. Normally my doctor always tends to prescribe me prednisone and an antibiotic. Hey, Jamie's saying she's working on figuring out how much yarn I need for my kids' first year temperature blanket. That's really hard when it comes to temperature blankets, because you're not gonna exactly know. I find it's best buy a big skein, or maybe like 3 skeins of yarn, like the smaller skeins for each color you're using, and go from there. You may have to buy more yarn of certain colors. And Marshall's saying she's never tried it, the number 7 weighted yarn, but she has tried a 5 and 6. And we have Regina here. How are you, and what are you working on? Cindy says I've knitted with it, but not crocheted. It's hard to work with. Yeah, and like on my channel, we talk about crochet and knitting. So, you can tell me, knitting related things, I share both. But yeah, a lot of people say it is hard to work with, hand cramps. Valerie says I've never used it. Oh, Miguel says he has a friend in his local monthly meetup that whips out blankets using the loopy yarns. Ooh, nice. Yeah, Regina says never tried number 7 yet. Maybe she's thinking about trying it. actually on the label says this is a 7. For this loopy yarn, it says jumbo 7. Um, but some yarns aren't true, even though a label says one thing. But that's the only thing I have. So expect at least that amount of thickness. And maybe a true number 7 may be like even thicker. But it's very thick. um, because like on these lives I try to show each weight of yarn. But that was the only thing I had. The only thing. But Gail says I cleaned most of this morning and now I'm sore and exhausted. Oh, I hope you get some rest later and feel better. And Sarah says sometimes I make yarn that may be considered number 7. And that is one thing I do want to mention whenever I play the video. Um, I had some people say that they think that the yarn, this was used with number 7 weighted yarn, but they weren't completely sure. So some of the pictures may not truly be of number 7 weighted projects. And like one thing, like I noticed, like normally, number 7 looks so big, the stitches. And I noticed this even with some of the patterns that I'll be sharing, where like some of the pictures and the patterns, it calls for jumbo yarn, and you're looking at that and you're like, how is that jumbo? But I know like sometimes hook size makes a difference, and some yarns aren't as true a number 7. So, but yeah, let's see. We have Zara that joined us. How are you and what are you working on? Oh, actually, she's saying knitting a snowman from a kit and making a scarf from the snow for the snowman. Ooh, nice. And Regina, now Marshall says she's never used number 7. Yeah, and it was harder for me to get pictures. Like yesterday, I only had one picture yesterday, and I'm contacting some yarny friends, and I'm like, "Have you ever used anything with number 7 weighted yarn?" And I mean, I don't have a lot of pictures, but I got more than I thought I would. Let's see, Sue joined us. How are you, and what are you working on? Marshall's working on her sweater and her Halloween gnome. And Jamie says, well, it's for her first year of life. Okay. Yeah, I know some people do the temperature blankets, like different years and stuff. Regina says, and she's working on her yarn barf. Let's see. Brenda says, I've tried 7 weight, but it hurts my hands. Yeah. Miguel likes my hat. Thank you. Yeah, it's Labor Day, so I had to do my Labor Day theme today. So the background, my intro today is patriotic. Okay, Cindy saying it's actually not. Said Jumbo 7 is huge. I have some. I'll send you a picture. Okay, yeah, send a picture, and I'll pull it up so people can see it better. Yeah, like I said, that I'm going by what the label had said. So, but yeah, let's show them some true number 7. Sue says I'm working on a crochet blanket. Lucia says I'm working on a knitted shawl. I have not tried the number 7 weight yarn yet. And how are you today, Lucia? And what are you working on? Actually, I don't think Granny D has, because she is one of the Yorny friends that I contacted, and she says she likes like number 4. Okay, excuse me 1 second again. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, So now I'm going to play the little video where everyone sent their pictures. I do have some pictures that Cindy with Life and Stitches, I mean, sorry, not Life and Stitches, Cindy with Life and Yarn Tangles sent to me after I had the video made. So I'm going to show her pictures after the video. Okay, so let me find the video for y'all. And I hope y'all enjoy seeing everyone's makes. Isn't everyone's makes beautiful? And I hope that helps to inspire y'all, and y'all might get some ideas of things that y'all can possibly make with number 7 weighted yarn. And I do want to point out one of the pictures that Isla sent. She actually like spin yarn using number 7 weighted yarn. So that was the picture of the yarn that y'all had seen. Okay, so I got that picture from Cindy with Life and Yarn Tangled. And I'm about to pull that up so y'all can see just how big number 7 weighted yarn is. Okay, here it is. But that's a true number 7. I don't know. You know what I'm starting to think? Maybe the reason they consider that other yarn number 7 was because of the loops in it. I really don't know, but I've never worked with number 7 weighted yarn. And that was the only thing that I had that showed number 7 on the label. But yeah, this is how thick. It's some big thick yarn. And let me go ahead and show y'all the pictures that Cindy had submitted with her makes. Hold up, I'm in the wrong folder. Okay. Let me get these up. Yeah, but sometimes I get pictures after I've already gotten everything together for the video. So usually what I do is I just show them after the video plays when that happens. But look at how beautiful. And Cindy shared some very pretty makes. Okay, let's switch this. And it takes a little while to pull the pictures up, so just bear with me. But here's another. Okay, and let's get to the next one. Now, I've never been good at like, or I don't know if there's a quicker way to pull up pictures. And if anyone does know of a quicker way to do the pictures on a live, please let me know. Oops, wrong thing. Okay, let's see. This next one. Okay, I'm getting there, y'all. There's the next one that she sent. And on to the next one. And one thing I do want to mention to y'all, I see Miguel just did the drop command. Anyone with channels that want their channel links dropped in the chat, all you got to do is type the word drop. And here's a rug that Cindy made. Really nice. All right. There's two more. Okay. And then there's this one. And then for the final one, oops. Okay, this is the last one. All really, really, really nice, beautiful shares. And I do want to thank everyone that did share pictures for today's live. All right, let me close this folder out. Yeah, that is one thing. I just saw one of the comments saying soft. Yeah, those yarns are, do look like they're really soft. All right, where did I leave off? And Cindy says there are other styles of 7-weight, but I don't have any of them. And everyone seems to love the project pictures. Zola saying the first yarn I was donated was number 7 yarn. It was hard because it was so thick and I only had a 5.5 hook. Yeah, it's best to use bigger hooks. Oh, Jamie saying she forgot about some hats she made a while back. Yeah, if you want to share them, I can pull them up. Oh, and Cindy saying she did have some other stuff besides the blankets share, but she couldn't find them. That's all good. Let's see. That is a good question, Miguel. Cindy probably would have the answer to that. What is the care instructions on your number 7 weighted yarn, Cindy? Like on this one, let's see what they say. This says machine washable and dryable for the one here. That's not really a true number 7. Okay, let me pull up my email so I can see when Jamie sends those pictures. Oh, no, that was a previous email. Okay. So when it comes to number 7 weighted yarn, it's referred to jumbo yarn or roving yarn. And if you don't know what roving yarn is, it's thick, bulky yarn that is not twisted or plied like many types of yarn. And the recommended crochet hook size for number 7 weighted yarn. And you'll see some differences with different sites on this. But the site I went to says 15 millimeter and larger. And the recommended knitting needle size is 17 and larger. Miguel's asking, what will I make with that? I really don't know. I've been trying to figure out what I could do with that yarn. So I don't know. I may go to like the website because I think there's some patterns for that type of yarn there. But yeah, I have no clue, Miguel. Let's see. Cindy says machine wash, lay flat, or hang to dry for the type of yarn she showed. All right. So when it comes to the gauge for crochet, if you're doing single crochet to 4 inches, it would be 6 stitches and fewer. So very, very, very big stitches. For knit gauge, if you're doing stockinette stitch, it would be 6 stitches and fewer. So basically crochet and knitting, your gauge should be about the same for the stitches. And it works up very quickly because it's huge. And like I said, the stitches are big, very thick, thicker than super bulky yarns. And it is the heaviest weight of yarn. And like I said earlier, this yarn weight was added in 2014. And ideas for it's ideal for doing like arm knitting or big stitch projects. Like I said, I've seen like some patterns for hand knitting projects with the number 7 weight. Some of the popular things to make with it is cowls, scarves, hats, sweaters, blankets, pillows, home decor projects. And one thing that they didn't like the websites didn't mention that I pulled up information. Baskets is another thing because whenever I was looking up patterns, I saw a good bit of basket patterns, cat beds. So let's see. I see some people making some comments in the chat. Cindy says, I use 25 millimeter knitting needles, which is what is recommended. Yeah, and like yarns will say what's recommended too. And I've pulled up different charts for like yarn information, and I'll see differences on it. So, I mean, it's not exact. I typically recommend going by what the pattern tells you to use, or sometimes what the actual yarn itself tells you to use. Zola says her personal opinion is I gifted a scarf made by number 7 yarn, and they told me it broke up in the wash. I don't know how they washed it. Yeah, I would be careful with it. Probably best hand wash and hand dry. And Zola says, and there was fiber all over the other clothes, which means they didn't separate it, which might have caused the breakage. I don't know. And Cindy says, I always gave my stuff away, so I don't know how it's washed up. Yeah, but really a lot of times I find it's best to hand washing and hand drying tends to be the safest with stuff. Now if it's something, especially like Red Heart Super Saver, like Red Heart Super Saver is the most ideal for the washer and dryer. But if when you put stuff in the washer machine, yeah, use a gentle cycle. And like I said, other than Red Heart, I really wouldn't put it in the dryer, stuff. All right. So for those that that didn't answer this question earlier, I am curious, have y'all used number 7 weighted yarn? I know a lot of y'all answered me when I asked that earlier in the live. And I also want to know what y'all have made with number 7 weighted yarn. And if anyone has any questions to do with number 7 weighted yarn, feel free to ask. And you know, and some of that, we can get each other's opinions on. If y'all have helpful tips or information when it comes to number 7 weighted yarn, feel free to share it in the chat, or those watching the replay can share it in the comments. So those are some things that I have questions for y'all on. Miguel said maybe should have been washed on gentle and alone. Yeah, that would be my advice. And if you're really worried about something, hand washing tends to be the best way to go. Lisa says, my cousin crocheted a bunch of infinity scarves with blanket yarn. I wash mine in a laundry bag and dry on no heat. Yeah, sometimes those little mesh bags can help too. I always like the mesh bags, like, in general, doing laundry, like, socks, undergarments. Zola says, I agree. I hand wash, gentle cycle, or put them in a pillowcase to wash, and I would never dry in the dryer. Miguel says, I think Red Heart has been around since the caveman. And Sarah says, I've used a method to create jumbo yarn from yarns such as Red Heart. Awesome. And I don't know how like, if you can, let us know how you do it in the chat. I don't know, it may be kind of too detailed, so you may not be able to really share. Regina says, I think I would like to make a blanket. Awesome. And one thing is, are y'all, after hearing more about number 7 yarn, are y'all thinking about using it down the road? Let me know that too. All right. So let's see if I asked all the questions for this. Okay, yeah. And like I said earlier, next week we'll be doing fall makes, so make sure y'all get y'all pictures in for that. So I'm going to start sharing the patterns that I found. Hold up. Jamie, I hadn't gotten the hat pictures from you yet. So if you can, send those pictures so I can share them later in the live. But yeah, now I'm going to get started on sharing patterns. At first, I'm going to be showing y'all some free cowl knit patterns. And on this one, you'll see more of an assortment because there weren't as many patterns for number 7 weighted yarn. So it's not going to be as, structured as I have in the past with the sharing the patterns. But I do have like all the pattern breakup in the description box of today's live. If it's like a cowl or a blanket, I have it categorized like that. And if it's free or if it's a paid for pattern, and if it's knit or crochet. So if y'all are interested in any of these patterns, y'all can find them in the description box of today's live. So this is an arm knit cowl, Bernat Borgalo by Bernat Design Studio. And I love the look of this. Even though, like, I personally, I'm not as big on the bigger weighted yarns, because I tend to find it looks, like too bulky for my liking. But I mean, that's just my opinion. Everyone has different opinions, but I do like that. All right. And the next one I'm going to show y'all is a finger knit cowl by the Firefly Hook. And you see, I love the look like this. I think that's nice. And like I said, this is one, you can finger knit it. I think that's cool. And here's another picture of it. And have any of y'all ever done finger knitting? Let's see. Sarah says, just imagine making giant chain stitches. That's really all there is to it. Yeah, no. Like I said, giant, giant, giant. Jamie, you could do either way. It might be easier for you to come up. Let me put the StreamYard link. Just a second. All right. I just put the StreamYard link in the chat for you to come up, Jamie. Brenda's excited about fall makes. I am too. I really, really am. And and then Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I mean, those are going to be my topics. Zola says, love the look of that shawl too. Cool. Okay. All right. So the next pattern I have to share is a ribbed cowlet by Shannon Charles. And I like this one too. I think that's neat. Very cute. All right. So now I'm going to get into some paid for cowl patterns, and these are knitted too. And this is an oversized collar by Brian Smith. And I like this. But you see, like this one here, I really don't find it looks like how the number 7 weighted yarn is so big. It don't look like, as big. But the pattern says jumbo, so and I do think it's beautiful. And then the next one is called the Folker Chunky Cowl by Anna Maria. And that's pretty. It kind of looks more like a shawl in a sense, but I think some of that's the bulkiness of the weight of the yarn. And I do have my email up too in case Jamie sends them via email. All right. Moving on. This is a free crochet cowl pattern. And this is called It's Fall Y'all Cowl by Crochet with Claire. And I like this one. I always love the touch of buttons. I think this yarn is interesting. But here it is in some other colors of yarn. All right. Let's see what everyone's saying. Sarah says the jumbo yarn with the giant chain stitches makes for a really good YouTube video idea. Might see another video coming soon. Awesome. Oh, Miguel's exhausted today. Oh, I hope you get some rest. And I hope, Cindy, I hope you have a fabulous day. All right, Jamie just joined me. Oh yeah.
Hi.
So if anyone doesn't know, this is Jamie with Jamie's Hooked. If y'all haven't checked out her channel, please check her out. All right, so let's see the hats. Bring them on.
Okay, so a while back, Yarn Inspirations, we're talking about like 2 years ago, the beginning of the pandemic. Yarn Inspirations had some clearance stuff on sale. And I was like, you know what? This is a cheap deal. I'm going to try it out. So there was some of this Bernat called Mega. And it's a bulky 7. I've never worked with a bulky 7 before. And I was like, what am I going to make with these things? I don't know. So I did make these super bulky hats.
Ooh, nice.
And I even made pom-poms for them, you know. These were like super quick to make up. I can't remember what hook size I used. It was just the biggest hook I think I had. And I think it was like a Q or something. And these like worked up like in 30 minutes. I mean, once I got the basic hat pattern down, it was like 30 minutes. So I had them in brown. I had some in like this, you know, fuchsia-like pink.
Ooh, nice.
And I have some in like this nice dark red. My favorite, the gold.
Ooh.
So I had quite a few of those.
Awesome. Beautiful. And thank you so much for sharing.
So, you know, just a big old slouchy, super thick hat. And I was thinking like, okay, the texture is great. I like it. It's kind of cool. And it's super warm. I mean, it's pretty. And my head's getting hot. Hot-headed.
You know, this does give me an idea. Maybe on future Monday Lives, maybe like if any content creators do, you know, like one or two content creators want to jump up to kind of share something they've made with the theme. That is something I can do in the future.
That's an idea, yeah, for sure.
And especially if like they have something that they didn't submit the picture for, and they want to share it. You know, that would be a good way to do it too, I think.
That might be, yeah, that's a good idea.
I never thought about that because usually, you know, I do the Monday Lives by myself because, like, you want to, you know, you kind of trying to stay more to the topic than like, you know, you typically do in a live. And on top of that, you know, like, you know, this type of live takes more prep work. So like a guest would have to like kind of, you know, prepare with you, and you know, I just find personally it's easier to be by myself for this type of live, unless like you have like a collaboration with someone else, like kind of like how me and Barbara do, where we always, you know, do it together, the same person. But yeah, I like that idea. Which that is something I am going to be later on towards the end of the live asking, you know, some questions to do with feedback, um, and kind of do a kind of a wrap up in a sense with, because this is the last live to do with the yarn weights. So I will be doing that at the end. All
So I
right.
have a question. Are you maybe even considering like the different types of yarns, like as not just the weights, but like
Fibers.
yeah, fibers or maybe even different types of fashion yarn?
Um, Actually, now it'll probably kind of get divided some possibly with the holidays. I don't
Hmm.
know because depending on like how far down I go down the rabbit hole, my Monday lives may be like holiday shares from here to the end of the year. I'm not sure yet.
I
Um,
actually think it's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. It's like, hey, show your holiday stuff.
um, but like I am planning to, my next, thing other than holidays, I am planning to get into yarn fibers. And actually, this is a discussion that I had with someone yesterday because we were talking about t-shirt yarn. And I was saying that I think I am going to do a live where we talk about like novelty yarns and stuff. Some of the different things like t-shirt yarn, those little like fuzzy looking things. I don't know what you call them, but more novelty stuff that's not your typical yarn, like the yarn tapes, things like that. And I'm seeing we have Isla and Katrina that joined us. How are y'all? And what are y'all working on? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and drop you down from the panel so I can continue sharing the patterns. But thank you so much for sharing your beautiful hats with us. You heard me, Jamie?
I'm sorry, my phone rang and now it's all jacked up. I can't hear a thing.
Let me know
I'm
when
gonna
you
go
hear.
ahead and go and get off.
Okay.
All right, see ya.
All right. All right. So let's get back with the patterns. Okay, now we're going to get into some free knitted blanket patterns. Let me get these pulled up. Okay, this is Beauty Berry Blanket by Pearl Soho. And I like the two tones. I think that's neat. Very pretty. Okay. And the next pattern I'm sharing is called Texture Afghan Pattern, and it's by Yarn Inspirations. And another, beautiful texture. And that looks like some type of like bobble type of stitch there. And I love the weaving stitches right here. Oh, and the biscuit says hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
All right. And these are some paid for, well, it's one pattern. It's a paid for knit pattern that I'm showing next. And this is called Chunky Cable Throw Knit by Christina Fassbender. And look at that beautiful texture. And for those that don't know, I love texture. It's something so beautiful about it. All right. And this one I'm showing It's a free knitted pillow pattern. And like I said, normally I try to get, a little bit of everything. Like some crochet, some knit, some free, some paid for. But it was hoarder with this weight of yarn. This is called Lattice Pillow by Cassandra Bibler. And look at how nice that is. All right. Let me read some comments to see what everyone's saying. All right. Charity saying her daughter is currently using a 7-weight yarn, Bernat Elise Easy Wool. She is making herself a lap blanket. Ooh, nice. And let's see. Let's see. Sarah saying novelty yarn is her favorite yarn. And that is one thing when it comes to, my Monday lives. If y'all have topics y'all want me to cover, let me know. I recommend sending an email because, like, if you mention it in a live, it could get missed in the, reading the comments. But I am open to suggestions. But like I said, like I will be doing a lot of holiday ones coming up, and then I want to get into yarn fibers. So like requests after that, will take me a while to get to them. And another thing that I do want to try to start doing, and this will probably be more of a regular video thing. Like if y'all have questions on like yarny stuff, crochet, knitting, where y'all can ask y'all questions and I'll try to do a video answering y'all questions. That is something I would like to do, and that could be something that could even start being discussed like on a Thursday or Saturday live too, like continue the discussion there. All right, let's see. Everyone seems to be liking Jamie's hats. And Jamie loves cables. Ooh, me too, me too. People are telling the biscuit hi. And we have Deanna that joined us. How are you and what are you working on? All right. Let's get into the next pattern. This is a crochet paid for pillow pattern. And this one is really cute. Like those of y'all that have young children, this would be an awesome make. This is a lion plush pillow by Iris Kalia. I don't know. Sorry. Okay. But isn't that so cute, the lion? I think that's so precious. Just too cute. And that's a cute picture right there. Just in general. All right. Oops. I got to open up some more patterns. All right. Now I'm going to be sharing a free knitted beanie pattern. And this is called, I don't know how to say, Earth Chunky Hat by Haley Waxberg. And I find the colors really pop. But the funny thing, even with this hat, it's still, I don't know, it don't look like it's as thick as a number 7 weighted yarn. I mean, it looks thick, but not that thick. But again, the pattern does say jumbo. All right, next. This is a paid for knitted beanie. Okay. Let me get these up. See, I wish there was a way that like I could just go from one to the other, like boom, boom, boom. But I haven't figured out how to do that. Let's see. This is called Sprout Beanie by Jenny Noto, and I don't even know if there is a way to do it like that. Um, but like I said, if someone knows a way, let me know. But I like the colors on this one. This one looks fun. And here it is in a solid brown and like a burgundy type color. Oh, I like that one. And I always love seeing like different colors used for a pattern. Oh, that's fun. Let's see. All right, and the next one, see, and the one I'm about to show you especially, I don't see how this is number 7. I don't. This is called Simpson Beanie by Aaron P. Painter. But you see what I mean? That does not look thick at all. And really, if I had to guess, I would be thinking it was probably like a number 4 weighted. Maybe 5. All right. So now I'm going to show y'all a pattern for a paid for. This is a paid for pattern. And I'm getting into some bag and purse patterns, and this is knitted. And I really like the bags and purses that I'm going to be showing y'all. I think these are cool. This is called Rope Bag by Marina. I'm not even going to attempt. But I think this bag is nice. And like I said, like looking at the patterns, you see some different things other than just like the basic suggestions that you'll see, like, websites telling you. All right. And now these are some free bag or purse patterns. And these are crochet patterns we're getting into. And this is a backpack by it's by, and then it's by Katerina. So by is actually part of the designer name. But look at how cute. Isn't that nice? Like I said, I think the favorite ones whenever I was looking up patterns were the ones for the bags and purses. All right. And one more. This is called Island Breeze Bag by Carolyn Calderon. And I like this one too. Like I said, I love, love, love the bag patterns that I found. All right. Let's read some of the comments before I share some more. Where did I leave off? All right. Deanna says, I'm doing good finishing up my brother's blanket. Ooh, awesome. And that is one thing too. Y'all finish any projects? Send me y'all pictures for that too. You know, for my finished projects video, which I do the 15th, well, approximately the 15th of every month. Um, okay, Jamie. Which one are you asking for the recommended yarn for? I'm not sure which pattern you're referring to. And Deanna says, I just found out the results of the nerve conduction test. I have carpal tunnel both hands. Oh no. That's why I can't crochet as much or as long. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear, Deanna. And really that is one fear that I always have had is getting carpal tunnel because, I've done, I type a lot, and stuff like, the yarn crafts, that movement, you know, can trigger carpal tunnel. And Jamie's saying to try loom knitting or arm knitting. Um, and I used to do loom knitting. That may be easier. And if you do get into loom knitting, I can try to share with you some of the sites that I used to go to find patterns and stuff. And Jamie's mentioning, yeah, the halo could be part of the thing when it comes to yarns that don't look like the weight that they claim to be. um, oh, Jamie's getting some ideas here. And Brenda's saying front and back panels done, now the sleeves. Woohoo! For the bright colored hats. Let's see. Let me try to find that one again. Give me just a second. Was it the Earth Chunky hat? Let me pull that one up. Is this the one? Where this one, the Earth Chunky hat? Let's see. It says suggested yarn as Earth Unique Chunky, which is this, but it's also discontinued. um, let's see. And the other one that had some kind of brightness to it, the Sprout Beanie. This one here. And this one suggested Cascade Yarns Spontaneous. Also Sugar Bush Yarns Chill, Yarns from Heaven Logan, Adeline Rose Fiber Marshmallow Fluff, Threadhead Knits Company Cloud Merino, Dream and Color Savvy. Yeah, this one suggested several different yarns here, but I think you were referring to the earth one, or however you say it. Jamie says that could be a good subject, loom knitting projects. Yeah, that could be one that I do down the road. Now early on my channel, I did make a video where I was talking about loom knitting, and I showed a lot of my, or most of my loom knitting makes on that video. So that's a video, if y'all never saw, y'all might want to go check out. Sarah says, I'm getting on that rainbow wrap show thing because I can only do so much Russian join. Okay, so it was yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it's been discontinued. Let's see, where did I leave off? I think I showed this one. Let me look. Yeah, I showed these. All right. Now we're going to get into some basket patterns. And this one I'm fixing to show is a knitted one, and it's free. This is called Gorder Basket by Your Inspiration Design Studio. And cute little basket. Okay. Now I'm getting into the free crochet basket patterns. And I have 4 for this category. Oh, y'all gonna love this one. This one's too cute. Frog Hanging Basket by Stringy Ding Ding. Look how cute. I think Froggy would love that. Now Froggy has some A1. But I think this is just too precious. But yeah, so cute. All right. Next one. And I hope y'all are enjoying these patterns. These are some nesting bowls by Deja Joy. And I think these are really nice. It's like they almost look kind of like woven or weaved in a sense. They just like have that such clean look to it. And I love the colors on these. All right. Next basket. This is Ombre Basket by Elizabeth Purdue. Nice carrying basket. And you can have fun with the color combinations. All right. And here's another basket one. This is called a Jessie Stash Basket by Tony Lipsy. Another nice basket. Oh, Zula's saying her internet crashed. Yep, I'm still here. Yeah, I still have some patterns to share, and then I'll have some questions I want to ask at the end. And y'all seem to be liking these. Okay. All right, now we're going to get into some rug patterns. And the 2 I'm fixing to show are free crochet rug patterns. And this one's called No Wool Left Behind by Johanna Lindahl. And that's a really nice rug. And here it is in a solid gray. All right. And for the next one, this is called Super Easy Non-Slip Pom-Pom Rug by Tamara Kelly. And look at how nice. Now I am curious. I'm going to see if there's pictures of it in some different colors. They have this one. Let's see. And here's another one. All right. Let's get to the next ones. This is a free knit rug pattern. This is called Oval Rag Rug by I Love My Blanket. And this would be like a good kitchen rug, like in front of your sink. Um, or even possibly like right in front of a door. Okay, give me just a second. Sorry about that. My cough came. Like I said earlier, I've been having issues with sinuses and allergies and all. Let's see, we have Ray that just joined us. How are you today? And what are you working on? Isla saying that frog one I showed has a tab where you can hang on the wall love baskets. Um, Jamie's excited about rugs. Isla saying now I have to experiment with pom-pom makers that would hold 7-weight yarn. So it looks like I'm giving y'all some ideas. All right. So next I'm going to share some scarf patterns. And the one I'm fixing to show is knitted and it's free. At least let me make sure. Yeah, free. Okay. This is called Snow Track Scarf. Looks like a nice, warm, cozy scarf. All right. And now I'm going to share a couple of free crochet scarf patterns. Right. This is called Ridge Oversized Scarf by Ashley Lillis. And again, looks warm and cozy. Okay. And the final scarf one is called Two Stitch Grande Scarf by Nadia, I guess, Fuad. It's like you can just bundle up in it. Yeah. And one thing I do want to point out to y'all, okay, you'll like this is a pattern where there's a paid for version and a free version. If you click on buy it now, it takes you to the paid for version, which basically means there aren't any ads. Or to get the free version, you got to click on visit pattern website. That's where you go for the free, which you're going to have the ads. And let's see. Now we're going to get into some amigurumi. And these two I'm fixing to show are free crochet patterns. And like I said, all these links are in the description box. And, I have them divided by if it's crochet, knit, free, paid for, the type, if it's a scarf or a cowl or amigurumi. So this one is called Giant Harvest Moon Cow by Summer Brunton Elliott. And isn't that adorable? I love cows. I decorate my kitchen with cows. They're just too cute. And that is one thing, like, I used to not be into making amigurumis. And it's like now I love amigurumi. And the next one is another cutie, Jumbo the Bee by Curious Papaya. And isn't that cute? And I love bumblebees too. They're so cute. And like I know whenever I see an actual bumblebee like outside, I love seeing them. But isn't this adorable? All right. And these are some paid for crochet amigurumi patterns. And I think I have 6 here. This one is Harold the Hippo by Lorena Gamino. And isn't it a cutie? But like this is another one. I mean, if you look at it, it doesn't really look like it's number 7 weighted. I don't know. You know what it may be too? Because one thing I've noticed with a lot of patterns, it seems like it has that they use that soft like blanket yarn that's number 7. Maybe that's part of it. And this one isn't that soft blanket. All right. This one is called Bubbles the Unicorn by Holly Faith Saltzman. And that's another cutie. And I love unicorns. Like whenever I was a kid and a teenager, unicorns were my thing. And one of these days I'm finally gonna make a unicorn beanie. Really, I'm shocked I haven't yet. Let's see. This one is called Sassy the Ballet Kitty by Jennifer Kearney. And that was so cute. Cat meow meow. And that's the back of it. All right, next. This one is a kitten device stand by Jasmine Howard. And I thought this was really cute. Let me do full screen. I thought that was so cute. And y'all know I love my cats. And then it made me wonder, like, are there other screen holders patterns too? So some of y'all may want to look into that. Y'all may find other patterns to hold your cell phones. All right, next. This is called Pua Pig Amigurumi by Jasmine Howard. And this is so cute. Hopefully y'all can see it better like this. But isn't that cute? And I have another unicorn that I'm sharing. Like the Unicorn by Jen's Crafty Creations. And look at how cute. But you see what I mean? Like this is more like that blanket soft yarn. And it seems like it looks bigger, the stitches. So maybe that's part of why some things don't look like it's number 7, at least to me, but it actually is. But aren't those so precious? Okay. All right, let me read some of the comments before moving on. Where did I leave off? Okay. Ray's working on knitted mittens, iced tea in my cup, and she's asking how I'm feeling today. My sinuses have been acting up. I was kind of worried about, coming live today because, I didn't know if my voice would start acting up or how bad my coughing or sneezing would be. But it hasn't been too bad. But I have what you call it? Honey lemon ginseng tea in my cup. I figured it would help with my throat. Yeah, I gotta see those mittens, Ray. And people are saying the scarves look warm that I showed earlier. Isla saying, she got into doll collecting again, fashion dolls. Ooh, nice. And let's see. Okay. Jamie saying Amos really used a lot of jumbo and it's popular. Amos. Who's Amos? Yeah, y'all seem like I see all y'all remarks over the patterns. So I take it I made some good choices there. And y'all seem to love the device holder. Yeah, I thought that was cool. I mean, I would have never thought to look up a pattern for like a cell phone device, holder. It was I really tried to find patterns that I think y'all will like. So whenever like y'all make y'all reactions, I'm like, yes, I found some good ones. Um, 'Cause, I mean, I know everyone has different tastes, you know. Oh, okay, short for amigurumis. Okay, I got it. Got it. Okay. All right, moving on with the patterns. This one is a knit ear warmer pattern, and it's actually it's a paid for pattern. It's called Arctic Headband by Carrie Westlake. But now this is my opinion. When it comes to ear warmers, I find there's a lot of free patterns that I enjoy more than like this one. That's just my opinion. But this is the only one I found for number 7 weighted yarn. And I mean, and don't get me wrong, I know a lot of hard work goes into designing patterns. So, I don't mean any disrespect or anything, but, like, when it comes to some patterns, sometimes there are better free patterns for things out there. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's get to the next pattern. This is a paid for knitted pattern. It's a vest pattern. I think this is beautiful. It's called the Knit TC Vest by Karen Clements or Clements. I love that texture. That is gorgeous. At least I think so. All right. Now I'm going to share a free cardigan crochet pattern. And this was called the Luna cardigan, and it's by Rachel Missner. And it looks nice, comfy, and cozy. And it's even more making me want fall to get here. All right, moving on. Now we're going to get into pet beds. I had to do it. And this one I'm sharing is a free knitted one. Doesn't Kitty look so cozy in the bed? And if my cats, if I knew they would use one, I would make them one. But I don't know. Cats can be funny. A lot of times you're better off just giving them a box and let the rough. I think dogs tend to be more loyal to using like a pet bed. All right, this one is a free crochet one I'm fixing to show y'all. And it's called Big Little Pet Bed by Tony Lipsy. And it looks Halloween with the black cat and the orange basket. I mean, the orange bed. It kind of looks like a basket too, though. All right. Let's see what everyone's saying again. Let's see. Yeah, Zola says she gets what I'm saying. Yeah, and there are certain aspects where certain things there are a lot of gorgeous free patterns for something. And sometimes, a free pattern can look better than a paid for pattern. Um, it's just how it is. But and really like I tend to like if I can find a free pattern for something, then I go that route. If it's something that I really want for a pattern, then I'll pay for it. Like gnomes. I typically pay for gnome patterns, and like that peacock scarf. I had to have that scarf pattern. I was like, ooh, when I saw that. Let's see. Isla saying dogs can be funny too. They will use an old pillow better. Yeah, because I didn't know they were as bad for it as cats. But cats, a lot of times, don't invest money in certain things with cats. They won't use it. They like it simple. Just hand them a box. They'll love you forever. Okay, let's see. All right. Now I'm going to show y'all a free knit mitten pattern. And there's not many patterns left to share. This is called Mismatching Mitts by Ray Breen. And I love this yarn. It's like fun colors. And sometimes the whole mismatching thing is also, fun too. Which I am curious about the suggested the suggested yarn for this one. Actually, I think this is the same thing as before. This is that Earth unique chunky. Yep, discontinued. I thought the yarn looked either the same or very similar. All right. Yeah, this is one more pattern here. All right. Let me get this up. This is one from Etsy. It's a simple, super chunky crochet jacket pattern. And this is a paid for pattern. Now one thing I do want to point out, the designer Pink Sheep Design, she has a YouTube channel. Stephanie with Life in Stitches had told me about Pink Sheep Design, and she has a lot of bulky yarn patterns. Now I looked like on Etsy at what and she also has a lot on Etsy. And I looked on her channel, and it looked like most of what she has is number 6 weighted yarn. But those of y'all that are into bulky yarn, she's a perfect channel to find some patterns. And it's called Pink Sheep Design. I'm going to type that in the chat for y'all. In case anyone wants to go check out her channel. So I have some questions that I want to ask y'all. Some of this is to get feedback and or just kind of curious about things. Like I said, this is the last of the yarn weight educational informative lives. So I am curious, how did everyone like the lives where I've talked about the yarn weights? Has this been something that y'all have liked? Or y'all glad that, I started doing lives like this? So let me know that in the comments, and those that watch the replay, I want to hear your opinion on this. Zola says, that's cute. It looks like a yarn holder. Yep, cats in their boxes. Isola likes those mittens. Yeah, I thought they were cool. Jamie saying, though I did give Lincoln a messed up baby blanket and he used it on the floor. Aw, sha baby. Yeah, that is a good point, Zola. That mitten, that'd be a good scrap yarn project. So I guess I think Regina's referring to Pink Sheep Designs, saying she loves her. She's so fun to watch. And Isola says, I got Chihuahuas and a small terrier and a Doxy. The big gun here sleeps on the sofa. Aww. Zola's asking if you could add zippers to crochet items. I would love to make a hoodie, but with a zipper. I'm pretty sure you can. I've never done it. I would probably try to look for a tutorial on YouTube to see how to do it. And if anyone else has done it, maybe y'all can help Zola on this. Okay, awesome. Brenda says she enjoyed it. And Isola too. And Ray. Zola says, I think these kinds of videos are important because I'm learning so much about the different sizes. Okay, good. Because, it's like I'm trying, to do stuff to help y'all learn things and, helpful information. So, I want to make sure that, y'all are getting, things out of, these type of lives. And And one thing I'm about to ask, like suggestions, stuff like that. But yeah, I am curious because I know at one point, like I did the first one, and I had a good turnout, and the second one I did, it was like a slow day, and there was not many people. And even on the replay, especially initially on the replay, it didn't seem like it got a lot of views compared to like my other lives. And I was like, do y'all like it? So that's where I started, like, I kept asking, for a while there, how are y'all enjoying it? Because, I was like, maybe they don't like it. Um, but yeah, because, I want to make my videos where, it's things that y'all really like and enjoy, and try to help put, knowledge out there, teach things. And like I said earlier, one thing I would love to do is do videos like to answer y'all yarny type questions, yarn questions, crochet knit questions. So that is one thing. If y'all have questions, email me, and I'll do my research and try to find information to help you and make some type of video, maybe even to, continue the conversation on, like on one of my Thursdays or Saturday lives. Jamie says, yeah, I find it informative, and it gives other makers the opportunity to show their work too. Yeah, and I love sharing y'all work. And I think it gives ideas too. Yeah, Brenda does say that there are videos to show how to do the zippers. Now Ray's saying it takes time and patience, though. All right, Isa, you have a suggestion? Let me know. Yeah, and that's one thing too. I was gonna ask y'all. If y'all find there's anything I can do to make these type of lives better, let me know. Something y'all want me to see that I didn't do with you know the yarn weights. These, like, on future topics. You know, I could possibly add things if that's something that y'all because y'all may have ideas that I'm not thinking of. Um, so yeah, anything else that y'all want, that could be added to give better content to the lives. And another thing, I'm curious, do y'all find that y'all learned new things from the yarn weighted lives? Um, let's see. Isola's saying you might want to change the titles at the replay. Um, I'm not really following exactly what you're meaning. Um, like putting it more in a question format. Oh, okay. Okay, you continue. Okay, such as how to use super bulky yarns, examples, and makes. Okay. Yeah, because I have kind of thought about maybe I shouldn't call it just another Monday live anymore. Like kind of putting it more about the topic. Um, and kind of maybe changing, the thumbnail to kind of go better with the topic. That is something I have thought about. Um, but it was like I love the Monday thing. Whenever I had thought about just another Monday, but now that I do the educational and informative, it don't go quite as well. Yeah, okay, yeah, you do have a good point there. Because I know usually on videos I'll use hashtags to kind of help with that, but I haven't used hashtags in my lives because I have too much in the description box with all the pattern links. But yeah, that is an awesome idea. Yeah, thanks for suggesting that. And like I said, that was, my next question is any suggestions to make future lives better? And another thing too, this is something that I've been kind of trying to toy around with and trying to get ideas, but I'm kind of, you know, I don't know exactly what to do. Because there is an aspect where I would like to try to make my Thursday and Saturday lives, or in a sense, more educational too. But the dilemma I have is like my Monday lives, Sunday, I spend a lot of time preparing for the live. It's not like I can just throw it together in 1 hour. And, doing it that often during the week, that would be like really, really time consuming. And, there, there's life outside of, yarn, Um, so, if someone has any ideas of something that really wouldn't take too much prep time that could help with, more yarny topics, I am interested in that type of input too. Because I mean, I do try to keep, my lives now where there's a good amount of yarn talk, where I tend to ask like random yarn questions. I mean, we'll talk about other stuff too, and I do like sometimes getting off, off topic, and I like chatting, getting to know y'all better. But I kind of want to bring more yarn talk to my lives, stuff that can help y'all more. So, like I said, if y'all have ideas or something, I'm open to that. But I really haven't come up with a way where I can I can really do what I would like to do without it being, very time consuming. Okay, Regina, I hope you have a fabulous day. And one thing too, I'm curious is, since I've done the lives on the yarn weights, have y'all tried any new yarn weights since I started doing these lives? That is something I am curious about. Um, or are you planning to try one of the yarn weights? You know, do y'all have plans to try a new yarn weight? So that's something else I'm curious about. And another thing I'm curious is, what have y'all liked best about the yarn weight series? What were the things y'all liked best about it? Jamie says, "Yeah, that's tough to figure out what could help you." I know, and it's, but when you really dive into a subject, it does take, you got to research and, make notes, do all these things. And I do find the one thing that really is time consuming is like the little picture videos. Um, so it may be a case where I could do it without the video if I would do something on Thursday or Saturdays. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love doing the little videos, but like incorporating them in more than one live a week, that would be, too much. Or like another thing, because I would say like maybe try to like this is something I would kind of like to do, like have different content creators or people jump up on my panel. But I do kind of find that, like, a lot of times, like, if I open the panel up, I don't find that people tend to jump up when I do. Um, and I've always been in the habit of scheduling somebody to come live with me. So I don't know. Jamie says new concepts of what could be done with the material. But I mean, I'm just kind of like throwing out ideas and stuff, and you know, trying to get y'all feedback on some stuff. Brenda says, I like the different patterns you can make with different yarns. Awesome, awesome. Jamie said maybe do the picture videos once a month. See, like I do the picture, like the finished projects once a month. And I haven't, like I tend to do on the Monday lives, with the topic, if there's something you can send pictures for. But I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't want to do pictures like 3 times a week on lives. Because the little picture videos is a lot of editing, and I take the pictures, I put them on a background, put the person's name by it, and you know that takes a while, and you got to insert every single picture into the video. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing it, and I really love picture videos. I really, really do. um Jamie likes the panel idea too. um because I did like having you jump up showing some of your makes. So that is something that I'm probably going to try to start, while I'm live, seeing if anyone wants to jump up, showing something they made to do with the topic. Um, and just have someone on briefly, not like the whole live. Um, but yeah, I'm just kind of thinking of ideas. And another thing I'm curious, like with me sharing patterns, and really I share, I even share patterns some on my Thursday and Saturday lives. I just don't share as many. Have y'all made any of those patterns yet that I've shared? I am curious about that. Or there's some that you are intending to make soon. Jamie says maybe you can do a loose schedule for people to come up on panel. Just send out a mass email of your friends that you tip, and inform them of what you're doing. Yeah, that's an idea too. you know, because I do kind of feel like I think a lot of people, on lives, they like hearing yarn talk. Because it's more, channel related. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think people like to chit chat too, but I do kind of feel like, you know, having more true content on a live, I kind of feel is best. Um, that way, you're talking about, we're talking about our passion, and hopefully learn something. Zola says, I gotta think about it, and I promise I'll email you. Yeah, that's one thing too. You y'all may not have an answer right in the moment. Um, or it's kind of long to mention in the chat or a comment. Y'all can also email some of y'all ideas and stuff. And let's see, James say a theme subject drives people. Yeah, and really, because one thing sometimes whenever I have people come live with me, I'll have people ask me, what's the topic? And I like Thursday and Saturday, I don't really have a real topic. It's just general, yarn, crochet, knitting talk. Um, and I usually try to ask some questions, but it gets hard to come up with like new questions to ask. I mean, I think I've kind of asked pretty much anything and everything. Um, but I mean, I know I started when very initially with my lives. It was more, getting to know you type questions. And then it's like it kind of got where, same thing. I asked so many questions, and then I did try to do a little trivia, but I don't know with the trivia, I didn't really feel it as much, and it was kind of like okay, and I started feeling like, I should, I started getting that drive that I need to start talking more yarn on lives, you know, yarny content, which I basically mean yarn and crochet and knitting, but so this is I'm planning to make the grocery bag holder that you shared, but I gotta buy the yarn. Awesome. And like I said, and really if any of my viewers, if y'all have like suggestions or ideas that in general videos or lives, you know, let me know, I mean, my channel is about y'all, So, I want y'all to enjoy it, get something out of it. Hopefully I motivate y'all and um teach y'all something. Yeah, and sometimes I do that, Jamie, where I have asked the same questions, more than once on a live, for that very reason. But I try not to ask it typically as soon. Um, but I wanted to keep things like fresh and exciting, and so like I said, I'm always open to ideas. And I am trying to do more for tutorials now. Um, it is something I struggle with. I'm not quick at getting them, but I am trying to do some form of a tutorial once a week. Um, Wednesday I plan to do the make one left and right. I want to do that Wednesday. Um, and I'm probably going to do one on how to do a lifeline in knitting soon. And I know I want to do the crocodile stitch, but that I need to play with more because I want to make sure I know how to actually do the stitch. I got to learn the stitch. Um, and and I kind of want to get more background information, especially with the crocodile stitch, because like the tutorials there tends to be differences, and I kind of want to know more to do with the differences to kind of share that knowledge on the tutorial. Um, and I find Bag O Day seems to do hers really different. And I've thought about actually contacting her to kind of, see maybe if, she can give me some knowledge on it. But I know she's also a busy woman. She may not have time to respond, but I have thought about that because it's like hers is like she does these the V stitch, and none of the others that I watch do it that way. Um, and hers was for a pattern. It wasn't just like that, showing just the stitch. But and there was something else I think with crochet that I was thinking about wanting to do a tutorial on, you know, like more, in the next about month or so. What was it? I don't know. I can't think. um, yeah, it is work. And it's funny because Frank even says it's like, yeah, having a YouTube channel is basically like having a job. I mean, you, you know, you spend a lot of time doing stuff, to do with your channel. But I enjoy it. I like trying to help y'all, and I like getting to know y'all. So many amazing people. Thank you, Zola. I'm glad to hear that. Because like when I do tutorials, it's like I don't I don't feel as comfortable with them. So and I'm always like, hopefully people like them, and so I always, I do have concerns with that, um, because I mean, I don't do my, I'm not like Bag O'Day who can just like boom, and everything's like perfect, um, but I mean, I try to explain as thoroughly as I can, and I try to do as much as I can so y'all can see like where that hook or needle is going. Um, so I hope hopefully y'all are getting learn or able to learn from my tutorials. And but like I always say, if you're looking for something short and sweet, that's not my tutorials. My tutorials do tend to be longer, but I do also a lot of times, I try to explain things too, where you kind of get some other knowledge other than just doing the stitch. Let's see. We have Zach that joined us. Hi, Zach. How are you? And what are you working on? Yeah, I'll be wrapping up soon. But I am glad you joined in, Zach. Yeah, Isola says being a content creator is what, and yeah, there really is. There's a lot of involved. But but be the Yorny community is amazing. Jamie says, "Oh, she likes you. She might take time for you." Um, I mean, I have emailed her before, and there are times she does respond back. But I just know that I'm sure she gets like so many emails that it's impossible to respond back to everybody. I think Zach's saying he wants a kitty cat. Yeah, I agree with you, Zola. It never hurts to ask. And you know, because I know, like for instance, one person I tried to invite on my live, I emailed Morley Bird. I was like, I got brave, but I haven't heard anything back. I figured that was a long shot. But for instance, I did contact Selena Baca, and she did come live with me. Um, so, but I mean, I would love to be able to get like some of the huge Yorny people on my channel, but those are your most busiest. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, you were too. Yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing people. Zach says, "I'll just steal Sophie from you." Oh, tomorrow I have a cute story about Sophie for Cat News. My little baby love bug. But anyway, I think that basically covers everything. Like I said, I'm interested in people's feedback. You know, I want to make things what y'all enjoy. Help y'all. So, suggestions I'm open to. So yeah, anywho, tomorrow is Crochet Tuesday. I have 2 finished objects objects to show y'all, and I have a whip that I'm working on, which that's what I'm gonna go work on after I finish the live. Um, Fall is in the air. Oh yeah, and don't forget, send fall pictures of your fall makes. Um, that's gonna be next week's topic. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this. Um, and I can't wait till like it's actually the holiday time, because like, I can bring out my beanies for the holidays, the different green screen backgrounds, change up my intro to holiday, and especially like, like the holidays where there's holiday music that I can use. Um but unfortunately, you can only use certain music. So, but Christmas is like the one that you have the most for the holiday. And I can usually find some kind of spooky sounding Halloween music. Jamie, say if you want to vent, you can Facebook message me. Yeah. I'm not in a venting mood. I'm just trying to think of ideas. But yeah. But anyway, Zola's excited for Christmas too. But anyway, I hope y'all all have a fabulous Yorny day. Be the light, and bye.